The global PDA tour between Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds is absolutely backfiring. Experts are chiming in, but look at this. We went from the Time Met Gala back to Wrexham across the pond, then back to the premiere. Chelsea in our group was making a good point. They've been jetting back and forth apparently across the ocean like 3 times in less than a week. A month after Ryan Reynolds did the UN climate conscious pledge. He is such a hypocrite.
Is Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' fairy tale image finally collapsing? What started as a celebrity power couple PR tour has now spiraled into a public relations disaster. A Hollywood lawsuit, and Marvel is smack in the middle of it. From staged kisses to alleged character assassinations in the Deadpool universe, this story is a masterclass in how fame, ego, and control can unravel even the most polished public personas. And as public opinion turns and legal tensions rise, one thing is clear: the cracks are no longer hidden. It all started with what looked like a textbook damage control campaign. Blake and Ryan, Hollywood's golden couple, launched into a whirlwind of appearances. First at the Met Gala, then at international premieres, bouncing across continents like it was business as usual. The smiling, hand-holding, kiss-filled appearances seemed designed to distract from the brewing legal firestorm involving Blake's It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni. But here's where it got messy. Ryan had recently taken a UN climate pledge, yet he and Blake were racking up transatlantic flights faster than anyone could count. 3 international trips in under a week. The internet wasn't buying it. Critics slammed the couple for their hypocrisy, accusing them of faking normalcy while ignoring serious allegations. PR experts chimed in. According to Red Banyan's Kara Shimmerman, bombarding the media with PDA during a crisis isn't smart. It delays public forgiveness instead of earning it. Blake and Ryan's strategy: fan the flames and smile through it. But the fire only grew hotter. In today's world, the court of public opinion lives on TikTok, and it doesn't take much to flip a narrative. While the mainstream press praised Blake and Ryan for their unshaken love,
Kara Shimmerman of Red Banyan PR tells Fox News Digital this type of strategy, flooding the market with appearances as an attempt to show normalcy and appearing unbothered or unaffected by the drama, is typically not well advised in crisis response planning. Does that surprise you?
Social media told a different story. Viral videos emerged with supposed lip readers analyzing clips from the Met Gala. The claim? Blake allegedly ordered Ryan to kiss her before a speech to stage a tender moment. Views were divided, but many began questioning everything. Were these appearances genuine, or part of a carefully manufactured illusion? The supposed quote from Ryan, "I need to shine right now. You need to understand what I'm saying to you," hit a nerve. Suddenly, what looked like affection was being painted as control. This shift was pivotal. Once you plant the seed of doubt, the whole relationship dynamic changes. And for a couple known for their witty banter and enviable chemistry, this was a serious blow. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the legal war between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni was intensifying. Blake had accused Baldoni of emotional distress and lost wages. He fired back with a $400 million lawsuit. Then things took a bizarre turn. Baldoni's team alleged that a character in Deadpool and Wolverine, Nicepool, was a thinly veiled mockery of him. A character Ryan Reynolds reportedly helped create. If true, it meant Reynolds had used Marvel's platform to take personal jabs at someone locked in a courtroom battle with his wife. Enter Marvel. A subpoena demanded that Marvel release documents and internal communications related to the creation of Nicepool and any references to Baldoni. Suddenly, a fictional character was the smoking gun in a real-life defamation case. Marvel wasn't having it.
Here is Marvel's response. This is coming in from Marvel's side first. Deadpool and Wolverine features a number of different versions of the Deadpool character, including Lady Deadpool, Dogpool, Kidpool, Headpool, Nicepool. The Wayfarer parties make brief reference to Nicepool in their First Amendment complaint. Specifically, they allege that Reynolds and Lively continued to leave breadcrumbs in the campaign for mocking and bullying defendant Justin Baldoni by including Nicepool.
In a formal response, the studio claimed the Nicepool documents were irrelevant, highly confidential, and damaging to an ongoing film franchise. They argued that even if the character was inspired by real events, exposing development notes could compromise future MCU plots. But here's where their defense began to unravel. Baldoni's team pointed out that Deadpool and Wolverine had already wrapped. The character in question had been killed off and wouldn't be appearing again. So what exactly was Marvel trying to protect? Worse, Marvel refused to narrow down the document request or engage in a good faith negotiation, prompting accusations of stalling, deflecting, and shielding Reynolds from scrutiny. Was Marvel trying to protect its brand? Or was it covering for one of its biggest stars? At the core of this battle is one explosive word: malice. If Baldoni's team can prove that Reynolds weaponized his position to harm a professional rival, it opens the door to serious reputational damage and possibly legal consequences. And the damage isn't just legal. Blake and Ryan's public image, once the envy of Hollywood, beginning to crack under pressure. Critics accuse them of arrogance, manipulation, and gaslighting, refusing to acknowledge mistakes and instead bulldozing ahead with a tone-deaf PR campaign. Even fans are turning. Former supporters are speaking out, saying they feel betrayed by the couple's refusal to toe accountability. Industry insiders whisper that close friends are distancing themselves, fearing they'll be dragged into the legal mess. The question isn't just whether the couple miscalculated, it's whether they've lost control entirely. Relationship experts like Nicole Moore say the problem isn't the couple's love, it's the perception of manipulation. When fans believe they're being emotionally played, trust evaporates. And in this case, the lip reader video wasn't an isolated moment. It was a symbol that just maybe, the fairy tale image of Blake and Ryan is more stagecraft than soulmate. Meanwhile, Marvel's credibility is taking a hit of its own. The studio insists that any leaks of internal creative discussions could damage future MCU plans. But critics find that laughable, especially since Deadpool leaks are practically a tradition at this point. Remember the entire first film's test footage that accidentally leaked and sparked fan support? Yeah, that was never an accident. The truth is, Marvel doesn't want to set a precedent. If they're forced to release internal communications for this case, it opens the door for future subpoenas every time an actor has a personal feud. And Ryan Reynolds isn't just a cast member. He's also a writer and producer. If he blurred the lines between professional storytelling and personal vendetta, the consequences could be massive. But this isn't just about Marvel, or Baldoni, or even the courts. This is about a power couple who spent years building a flawless brand, only to watch it unravel in real time. And instead of slowing down, reflecting, or acknowledging the fallout, they doubled down. Every red carpet appearance, every cozy Instagram post, every tight-lipped interview, all part of a campaign that seems increasingly desperate. And the public? They're catching on. The courtroom isn't just deciding the legal outcome, it's reshaping how people see Blake and Ryan forever. Were they unfairly dragged into drama? Or were they the architects of their own implosion? The jury's still out, but the cracks are definitely showing. As for Reynolds, some fans now wonder if he was willing to use Marvel as a weapon in a formal feud. What else is he capable of behind the scenes? What started as a quiet legal dispute is now a full-blown Hollywood soap opera, one that threatens to stain not just careers but legacies. And in a twist no one saw coming, Marvel Studios, the most calculated, PR-protected entity in entertainment, may be the next casualty. Will the truth ever come out? Will the subpoenas go through? Will Nicepool become the most infamous parody character in superhero history? Only time, and a very curious court, will tell.